Hello everyone, welcome to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Outlands. It's a hack made by GameMaker24 of the initial Legend of Zelda. However, it takes place after Zelda 2 in the timeline. So here's the story. The fairy Tetrarchs. After Zelda was awakened, a strange creature that Link had battled in the Great Palace attacked and took the Triforce of Power. The Tetrarch fairies who defended have been taken. 8 fairies must unseal Ganon's vault where the monster lives. Destroy the Thunderbird, Link. Save Hyrule. And we got the same equipment that we got in the the base Legend of Zelda game. However, some of the names are changed to reflect some of the new name changes that popped up in future Zeldas. Also, the enemies have somewhat changed as well. They've kind of been palette swapped in a sense. Like, for instance, Wizrobes and Lionels have been swapped. So you'll see Wizrobes on the overworld functioning as Lionels, and then in the labyrinth you'll see Lionels, but they'll act as Wizrobes. So I'll point that out as we play through. But like the base Legend of Zelda game, this game is going to have 2 quests that you can do. If you want to access the second quest, you can enter Nehru here, and that's one of the goddesses. So, as you can see, we got the sword there, showing that it's the second quest, but we're not going to do that second quest without first doing the first quest. So, our rat hero, or heroine actually, is going to be Chloe. So, we're going to start out with no sword. Unfortunately, we don't have a cave right out of from the get-go that we can pick up our sword like in the initial Legend of Zelda game. We're going to have to hunt the sword down. So, in the first quest, it's not too hard to find. It's going to be right here in level 1. Second quest, though, is a total different story. You're going to have to go through a whole bunch of things to get the sword. So, but luckily, in the first quest, it's not too hard to find the sword. We just head to level 1 here. And Princess Zelda's here. She's taking the place of the old man. So, it's me, Zelda. I found your sword. And now we have our sword. We can go start defeating enemies. So we have P-Hats here, but they are basically a palette swap of the Keys monster. So, the Keys will be swapped out in the overworld. The P-Hats will look like the Keys monsters. Another swap here is the Gyarados enemies. They'll take the place of Stalfoses, so when you run into Stalfoses, they'll be like the Gyarados. So, and here's another palette swap. We have Moblins that are functioning as Gorias. So, in the overworld, we'll see Gorias, but they'll have the basic AI as the Moblins do in the base game. We got fairies. They function as the little gel enemies. So we're going to swing by them. There's the ladder. We're not going to be able to get the ladder for quite a while. That's one of the common things in this game, is a lot of backtracking. So if you're playing the game for the first time, you always want to be taking a lot of notes, saying like, okay, got to go back to level 1 to pick up the ladder, because the creator of this hack really must have liked backtracking. So I guess it's common though in Zelda hacks. Although the only one I ever really played, other than this one, was Parallel Worlds, and you mentioned just the guardhouse, and yeah, people know all about backtracking. So bombs are going to be very valuable in this game. A bomb has the same power as the magical sword, which is your strongest sword in the base game. And it's going to be a while. It's not like the first game where you can pretty much get 2 heart containers right away to get 5 hearts to get the white sword immediately. Not like that in this game. We're going to be using the wooden sword for quite a while. And another thing about this game is when you actually do get the white sword, we're going to have to buy it. It's not going to be free, so that's another thing about this hack. There's a lot of times we're going to be doing money grinding. And I guess because the only way to play this is obviously on an emulator, because it's a hack, and save states are a possibility, I guess the game designer decided, well, I'm not going to have any the gambling locations, because otherwise you could just cheese it with save states and you wouldn't have to worry about grinding. So yeah, there's going to be a few times where I'll just off screen doing a bunch of rupee grinding. So maybe also with the fact that the game is basically supposed to be played on an emulator, the challenge has also been ramped up. So especially in the second quest, you'll be getting multiple bosses. You'll have like multiple rooms with four-headed Gleeoxin, and you won't necessarily be able to have like the blue mail or the white sword to deal with them effectively. So we have wall masters, but they're basically like cage-looking enemies, and the little metal there, that's basically the clock. So try not to pick it up when you're fighting these guys, otherwise they ain't gonna start popping out. But the guy was too close and couldn't avoid it. So just finish all these guys off. We have to head up this way because we need to get another key here. So there's going to be backtracking, not just in between dungeons, but also within dungeons themselves. So push this block. Let's get that rupee real quick. And yeah, we have blue Gorias basically already, level 1. They're going to take 5 hits with your wooden sword. So yeah, and each of their boomerang hits takes off 1 full heart. So now over to the right, we have basically a Dig Dogger swap. That guards the ladder, so we can't get the ladder until we get the whistle. So we're going to have to backtrack into here. But now we have the keys necessary to pick up the to get to the boss room. So we can just, because the difficulty is so high, feel free to kind of cheese enemies. Basically, it's like being a sniper. You hide out in the doorway, shoot your beam if you have full hearts, where they can't reach you. So we take them out here. And here we have our first boss monster. We have basically a Dodongo swap, or palette swap of the... apparently these were Zoros in Land Zoros in Zelda 2. So they're going to be a really common enemy. The creator of this hack really likes the Dodongos, and they seem to go a little overboard on them in some cases. Another thing, many of the times you won't get a heart container for defeating a boss. In the basic Zelda game, usually you defeated a boss of a dungeon, the heart container will drop in that room. In this one, you're usually going to have to explore the dungeon deeper to find the heart container. So not too bad for this first one right here, because it's right to the south of the boss room, but other times it's going to be totally far away from the boss room. So we pick up our first fairy, and unfortunately it will be a while until we get our second. Now we could go to level 2 right away, but level 2 is pretty far away. It's in the far southeastern corner of the map, and we need to have meat to be able to get the item in that dungeon, the raft. So we get the meat actually. We first get the meat in level 3. So to prevent backtracking from level 3 over to back to level 2, I'm going to make a quick jump into level 3 and pick up the meat. That way I avoid a lot of the backtracking. Because like I said, level 2 was really far away. So here we got a friendly Gorai, is going to give us 50 rupees. I'll be pointing out all the hidden rooms in this Let's Play. Both the positive ones, where the Gorai gives you money, and then there's going to be Gorons that, or Garuda, that take your money. They're basically function as the door repair people, the old man from the first quest. So we pick up our blue lamp right there, and then we can head on in and we'll buy the boomerang as well. we Gorns have rock bottom prices. Nice little pun there, because in future Zelda games, Gorons kind of live in the mountains and basically rock dwellers. I guess they're the equivalent of the dwarves in this the Zelda franchise. Underground rock dwellers. Yeah, this guy's selling bombs. There's actually going to be a few Garudas that give out free bombs. Garudas are the race of people that desert dwellers that Ganon is from. So that's why the Garudas in this game, most of them, hate you and steal rubies from you. They even say that. They say, we despise what you did to Ganon. So I'll still point them out anyway, because I just want to show you where everything is located at. And now we got the sword, we can take out some of these enemies and try to farm for some rupees. Over to the screen to the west is kind of the shoreline, and there's a lot of levers over there. Levers in this game are the blobs enemies, and they tend to give pretty good rupees. So usually when I'm going to be doing rupee grinding, it'll be over on the western shore and be defeating them. So here we have another guy giving us some free rupees. Not going to need rupees at least until after we defeat level 2. After level 2, when we get the raft, we'll be able to cross the river, I guess, and be able to pick up the white sword, and we'll also be picking up the magical shield and the bow and arrow. So, you know, I said you gotta be doing a lot of rupee grinding here. I really meant it, because a lot of the items not given away free like they were in the base Zelda game. You have to be buying them. So, now we had to buy the arrow, of course, in the base Zelda game, but we didn't have to buy the bow, and we also didn't have to buy the white sword. So, yeah, they definitely made rupee grinding a big thing here. I think the only thing that's really gotten cheaper is medicine's gotten a little cheaper. Speaking of medicine, here's our first little guy there. We gotta get Begu's letter to be able to buy medicine. Begu's letter isn't gonna let us cross the river. It's gonna let us buy medicine from those whiz robes. So we have this waterfall here, and this is gonna be the location of level 3. So it's really close, like I said, to level 1. So that's why we're popping in here real quick. And that's what we're going to pick up in our next episode here in level 3 to pick up the meat. Take care, have a good day. Bye.